That should have been the kickoff to a year-long celebration. About 10 years ago, a group of potters founded the Molokai Arts Center. They leased an old pineapple plantation shop building and transformed it into a studio equipped with kilns and pottery wheels so potters could gather, learn, and create. A wood fire kiln was built off-site. Saturday keiki classes started and grew. Staff presented art activities at school and community events. Partnerships with Molokai schools were formed, offering college credit courses, middle school and elementary classes. Art enrichment became available for youth programs throughout the island. Alulike's Ke Olapono no Nakupuna program found a new creative outlet for Native Hawaiian elders who created hand-formed ceramics and paintings. No longer just a ceramics program, the MAC expanded to the performing arts, taking the Molokai Instrumental Music Education program under its wing. Local artists were invited to teach a variety of workshops. Heroes Ohana Grill provided space and no-host fare in the bar area overlooking the sunset. The art bar sessions were taught by local artists, then extended to artists in residence. On-site classes were held in locations as far east as Alava Valley. Guest artists were invited to cultivate artistic expression, bringing the arts to Molokai and Molokai to the arts. Word spread and more artists were learning about the mat and potlucks with home-cooked meals after the workshops. Artist Patrick Cheng featured the MAC on Paintings in Paradise in 2017. In 2019, he returned and stayed for a week. He taught keiki alongside their makua or tutu to paint axis deer. He shared his story and drew turtles with MAC at the library. The kupuna class made ceramic turtles and he taught an art bar session. The Artist in Residence program enticed writers and artists to experience our rural island to inspire their work. MAC at the Library became an almost monthly event. Visiting artist Brooke Parker's library presentation was standing room only. In 2017, the Hawaii Tourism Authority helped initiate the Hawaiian Arts or HA program. The MAC hopes for grants and funding to begin an envisioned three-generation Hawaiian Arts apprenticeship project to help maintain traditional practices on island. OHA co-hosted and provided a space for larger lecture and workshop audiences. Molokai Community Health Center co-hosted culinary and Hawaiian arts workshops. A stained glass class was added to MAC's regular programming in 2019. The annual member show included an opening reception and showcased local artists. Juried work was exhibited at the public library. The annual Super Bowl fundraiser featured bowls by Molokai artists. Hundreds attended the sit-down dinner gala manned by over 50 volunteers. In March 2020, the 10th annual Super Bowl and a Stitch workshop became the last MAC events before COVID shut us down. Ironically, stitching became the first pandemic activity as MAC volunteers sewed hundreds of masks to distribute throughout Molokai. On June 1, we were able to open our doors at about half capacity to maintain social distancing. Strict COVID safety protocols were instituted. School partnerships resumed with only 6 students allowed per class. Alulike programs were halted, so kupuna were offered a discount on fees so they could return. Slowly, mass artists young and old came back to the studio. The kiln was fired up again after sitting empty for nearly 3 months. The 8th annual member show was held virtually. Awards were presented in studio and recorded for online showing. Keiki received their awards at home. A plant and pot sale initiated rebuilding depleted funds. An online auction followed. Our staff and board reimagined the Super Bowl and created an intimate, COVID-safe fundraiser. We don't know when we'll see long lines at our Super Bowl again, or the room full of guests selecting handcrafted bowls, bidding on silent auction items, and enjoying sunset dinner entertainment. For now, the County of Maui Office of Economic Development and Atherton Family Foundation recently awarded us grants allowing Molokai's only nonprofit arts education organization to offer free classes in April, May, and June. The project, titled Pana'i Aloha Giving Back to Molokai, is our way of celebrating our 10-year history and helping our island home cope with and revitalize during the pandemic. We dedicate this project to 2 MAC artists, angels who gained their wings during the pandemic. In the last few years, Felix Quijano Jr. spent most Saturdays at the MAC. He was one of the first to return when the MAC reopened in June. He found joy in art and in the relationships he formed at the MAC. Eric Swenson was best known at the MAC for creating exquisite teapots. His contribution to the MAC as an artist and friend will be missed.